Guatsi Helpa, Duhiname, Gazati Riza Shumi Hanu, Ziathumai Shuli Hanu. Greetings, friends, colleagues, and relatives for this truly exciting and powerful day. Thank you very much, Chairwoman, for giving me the opportunity to be here today. And thank you for your leadership and the dedication of your people to the things that are so important to all of Indian country. I am very proud that we have such a wonderful partnership, and I appreciate your generous invitation for all of us to be here on this special occasion. I'm certainly honored to be here with Anne Marie, someone I'm sure that all of you are very proud of. We're very proud of her at the Department of the Interior. And of course, I'm so honored to be with you as we celebrate the expansion of the Winnebago tribe's bison herd, which for generations has endured thanks to the dedication of many people throughout the decades. Of all of the losses this continent has suffered, the destruction of the Great Plains is among the starkest. When the federal government began its conquest of indigenous peoples, it surmised that the, quote, Indian problem, in which native communities lived and thrived on land sought by colonial settlers, could be solved by destroying our food sources and our livelihoods. The near desecration of sacred bison herds across our nation's prairie grasslands was an intentional attempt to eradicate native peoples across our country, to permanently destroy the food and cultural resources that our people had depended on and stewarded since time immemorial. Thankfully, our story did not end there, because bison are resilient, because native peoples are resilient, because the Winnebago tribe is resilient, and because no matter what and no matter the odds, we aren't going anywhere. Today marks a joyous moment in the Biden-Harris administration's ongoing partnership with tribes across our nation to restore and strengthen sacred and irreplaceable subsistence resources like the bison. I'm proud that today's bison transfer is one piece of our overarching and unwavering commitment to restored bison populations across our entire nation. Last year, I announced a Secretary's order that, in addition to enhancing our department's work to restore wild and healthy populations of American bison and the prairie grassland ecosystem they depend on, created critical tools like a bison working group and a bison management apprenticeship program within the Bureau of Indian Affairs. These efforts unite our department's teams, including the Bureau of Land Management, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the National Park Service, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the U.S. Geological Survey, in our shared effort to defend and restore bison herds that our entire prairie grassland ecosystem depends on. Today's transfer wouldn't have been possible without the diligent efforts of our team at Fort Niobrara National Wildlife Refuge, where today's bison hail from, or without the dedication of my really wonderful colleagues like Assistant Secretary Brian Newland, who is here with me today. You can give him a hand too. I'm so grateful for our team's efforts to coordinate, collaborate, and ensure that these bison are transferred safely and securely to their new home. With tribes as our partners and our leaders, we are changing the way the department approaches conservation in response to growing challenges like the climate and biodiversity crises. An extraordinary $2 billion from President Biden's Investing in America agenda is powering what we've named our Restoration and Resilience Framework, an effort grounded by specific keystone initiatives that serve as a roadmap for nature-based solutions that benefit both people and our planet. That includes our Grasslands Keystone Initiative, which leverages unprecedented funding to support grasslands conservation, solve key conservation challenges, and advance climate resilience, all while leveraging indigenous knowledge from the tribes who know this region and the many species it supports the best. The partnerships we have forged through this initiative will help us ensure that no matter what the future holds, the bison that our cultures and communities depend on will continue to flourish. That includes our enduring partnerships with our international neighbors who we share our unmatched prairie grassland ecosystem with. That ecosystem, which spans from Mexico to Canada, ties our nations together. And that's why earlier this month, our department announced a newly signed agreement between the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and its Mexican and Canadian counterparts to strengthen our shared conservation of the American bison across its range throughout North America. Because while the recovery of this magnificent species over the last 130 years is a resounding conservation success story, thanks to the persistence of tribes, we know more work must be done. I'm proud that we are laying the groundwork for future leaders across our three nations to carry this mission forward. And I see a lot of future leaders here in the audience with us today. Today's bison transfer is a reminder that while there is more work to be done and more bison herds to care for, our efforts matter. Our efforts together mean more bison reunited with the ecosystems they were meant to flourish on. They mean more young people here in Winnebago and beyond will be reconnected with the ties that their people have had with the bisons since time immemorial. Our efforts mean that this beautiful creature has a fighting chance with the resources it needs to thrive. That's work we could have never accomplished without each of you, and I'm honored to celebrate our shared progress with you today. Dawa. Thank you all so much for welcoming me here today, and it is truly an honor to be here with all of you. Thank you.